So in this demo, we're going to go over an Excel table chart example, and you can see why Excel tables are so great when working with charts. So I'm over here at my data set, and I need to create a chart from all this. So I have my person, these are employees I work with, and I have the units they've sold in the different regions, and my boss is like, whoa, I need like a chart yesterday. Can you please get this chart ready? So I go, okay, I think I have a good handle on this. So I select this whole thing, A1 through D5. I go to insert. I'm just going to make a chart, right? That's what he asked for. So we've made this chart. So I'll go over here and I think, well, I need a descriptive chart title. I'll just call it unit sales. Hit enter. We don't need to hit enter. We'll just keep it as it is. So I just type in unit sales and I look at this chart and I'm really proud of it. I send it over to my boss and they look at it and they go, I kind of think you're missing a region. Oh no, I didn't even realize that. Okay, all right, fair enough. So I go email around. I find out where that data is. Finally, I get an email back and they say, here is the West data. We need that West data. So I go over here to B1 through B5. I'll hit Control C. I'll go back to my tab with this data on it, and I'll go to E1 and I'll hit Control V. And nothing, right? Well, if I wanted to include that West, what I would have to do is I'd have to go in here, I'd have to go to Select Data, and then I'd actually have to redraw this chart to include that new data. Now, that's not exactly the most fun activity in the world. It's certainly not something I want to do every time I want to add information. I mean, what happens if I start selling things, right? I mean, I'm not going to sell that much. No, it's not showing up. Nothing's coming up. What a pain, right? Especially if we want to add more data to this. Well, this is where Excel tables come in, and this is why they're just so unbelievably great. So let's talk about how to do this with tables. All right, so I'll go over here. We have a similar data set. And instead of putting a chart on right away, I'm going to select A1 through D5. I'll go to Insert. We'll insert a table here. Yes, it does have headers. Thank you for asking. I hate banded rows, so I'm just going to get rid of those. So now we have our Excel table. So, what can we do now? Well, what I'll do is I'll just do what I did before. I'll select A1 through D5. I'll go to Insert. And in this case, I'm going to insert one of these new fangled column charts. So up here on chart title, we'll call that unit sales again. And now I have the data that was emailed to me, and we all know how that is. I'll go over here on my example tab where that data has been emailed to me. I'll go to E1. I'll hit Control V. Boom. Now we see that this data was added in automatically. And you know what? I work here too, and I had a phenomenal month. Can I just tell you? All right, I sold like 10,000 of everything. Actually, 20,000 of these. Now look at this. It comes up automatically. My colleague Rick, not such a great month. Only 300, didn't beat his sales goals. Well, he did well in the East. And you see that this comes up automatically. Now, imagine the dynamics that we can do with this. As you add stuff to the table, the charts that are linked to it will update automatically. And if you remember, this follows the dynamic that I discussed earlier of information transformation presentation. It makes what you show, the data that you show, living. So it's always showing the most accurate and complete picture. And that's why tables are so great, because as I make changes, the results happen automatically. I don't have to do anything manual. So what we're trying to do when we build dashboards in this specific course is we want to remove things like a run button, right, or an update button, which would have to make you use VBA to update the chart. Why not make it right and work in the first place? We should save the VBA for when we need it. Excel already has this in here. So just as a reminder, Excel tables are different. They're a special feature. They're different than just regular tables, and they're something that you have to insert. But you can see that they're also very useful.